Unlock the miraculous power of 7 chakras, divine energy cleansing for supernatural transformation. The air crackled with electricity as Mary stepped into the tiny candlelit room, the scent of incense swirling around her like a warm embrace. What if, she thought, what if this could heal my family? Just days ago, she was clinging to her rosary at St. Michael's Church, seeking comfort from Pastor Thomas. Now, here she stood, surrounded by strangers whispering about the miraculous power of the 7 chakras. Could these colorful wheels of energy bring her loved ones back from the brink of despair? A soft hum resonated as they gathered in a circle, their voices melding into a melody of hope. Feel the energy move through you, the instructor urged, her voice an ethereal whisper. Mary could feel something surge within her, warmth enveloping her heart like divine light. As she focused on her 2nd chakra, Svadhisthana, a rush of emotion washed over her. Vibrant oranges danced in her mind's eye, stirring memories of joy and laughter. Here, among these new seekers, she felt something, a promise of healing that her prayers alone seemed to lack. With each chakra, the supernatural presence grew stronger. A woman's voice beside her recounted a story of a family member miraculously cured of cancer through chakra alignment. "It's like a wave crashing over me, washing away the pain," she exclaimed, her eyes shining with unshed tears. Mary shivered, sensing the potential of the unseen stirring within her. Could this be the answer she so desperately sought? Before we continue, I need to tell you about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system, and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, click the bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can leave a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now, let's continue. As the evening wore on, doubt began to creep in. Was she abandoning her faith by exploring this unfamiliar territory? Mary fought against a torrent of emotions, a battle between the familiar comfort of prayer and the tantalizing allure of new beliefs. Just that morning, she had clutched her rosary tightly, whispering her petitions to St. Jude. Now, surrounded by energies pulsing with promises of renewal, the foundations of her faith felt unsteady. That very night, desperate to try anything, she attempted an intricate chakra cleansing ritual at home. The flickering candlelight cast dancing shadows against the walls, the incense curling like a mystical fog. Yet, as she engaged in the ritual, an unsettling stillness enveloped her, a cacophony of thoughts battling within. This clash of faith and skepticism plunged her into an uncomfortable darkness. It felt as if invisible chains were binding her spirit in turmoil. Divided between the sanctity of her beliefs and the draw of a mysterious new path. Back at St. Michael's, urgency beckoned. In her heart, Mary recognized a call to gather family and friends for prayer. The moment charged with electricity, she surveyed the expectant faces around her and felt hope swell. Then, as they united in fervent supplication, a calm descended, a flicker of divine intercession hung in the air. Through tearful prayers, cries of hallelujah erupted, and lo, there in the midst of despair, she witnessed miracles unfold. A change rippled through her family like a tidal wave rebirth, each moment more profound than the last. Yet, as joy enveloped her, another voice whispered, quiet uncertainty remained, a question hovering in the air. Would this miraculous restoration reconcile her divergent beliefs? What was she meant to embrace, the traditions of her past, or the intriguing energies she had touched? With her heart racing, Mary stood at the crossroads of faith and discovery, the divine mystery yet to be fully revealed. Amidst the echoes of prayer, Mary felt a lightness in her chest. The collective faith of her family swirled around her like a warm cloak, each affirmation and sigh mingling with remnants of doubt. Yet, deep down, she knew something miraculous was awakening within her. A spiritual rebirth unfolding like petals of a flower stretching towards the sun. One evening, after yet another family gathering, she wandered alone in her garden, a place of solace often overlooked amid the swirling chaos of life. The vibrant colors of tulips and daffodils danced in the gentle breeze, reminding her of the energies she had felt in the chakra circle. As the last rays of the sun painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, a soft whisper seemed to beckon her from within. What if, she pondered, this journey isn't about choosing one faith over another, but about uniting them? With newfound determination, she picked up her journal and began to write. Each word poured from her spirit, a mixture of prayers and affirmations. The ink captured her heart's longing, a bridge between traditions. Lord, she wrote, I seek understanding. Open my heart to receive your truth, whether it is through my rosary or the radiant energies I feel. Days turned into weeks, and Mary continued her exploration. In her quiet moments, she would still pray, clutching her rosary, while simultaneously welcoming the enlightening energies of chakra work. Curiosity enveloped her. She researched and read about ancient wisdom, discovering how energy centers aligned beautifully with faith practices. One Sunday after church, as Mary lingered in the dim light of St. Michael's, Pastor Thomas approached. His smile radiated warmth, his eyes shining with understanding. I can sense something different about you, Mary. There's a glow, a spirit fulfilling your search. I feel like I'm on the edge of something greater, she confessed, the words tumbling out in earnest. I want to heal my family, but I also feel drawn to something that transcends my past. Is that wrong? He paused, his fingers gently caressing the prayer book in his hand. It is never wrong to seek, dear one. God works in mysterious, wonderful ways. Your heart's journey might lead you to a deeper truth, one that embraces all the beauty the world offers. Mary pondered his words, a spark igniting within her. The thought that perhaps her spiritual journey could encompass both her rosary and the alignment of her chakras filled her with hope. With each gathering of friends, the prayers grew more fervent. But now, moments of stillness also welcomed the whispers of energy. Mary crafted rituals, invocations of light and sound that swept through their circle, intertwining faith and renewed energy. Yet, just as her path began to illuminate, darkness emerged again. One evening, she received a phone call, the worst kind of news. Her aunt was gravely ill. The news crashed over her like a storm, her spirit caught between fear and faith. Would her newly forged beliefs be enough? Would they move mountains as her prayers had? Desperate, she scheduled a family prayer session, her heart racing, but this time, she decided to integrate both elements, ancestral prayers and energy alignment. In the living room filled with pillows and candles, Mary felt the familiar warmth of light radiating from her heart, mingling with the heavy weight of worry. As everyone closed their eyes, Mary led them in prayer, weaving words of healing with calming breaths and visualizations of vibrant energies enveloping her aunt. A sense of harmony blossomed within their circle, yet uncertainty bubbled beneath the surface. Would her mixed faiths unite to create the miracle they all craved? The room hummed with expectant energy. As the weight of Mary's dilemma took center stage, a choice between what was known and the captivating unknown. What would unfold in that sacred space? Would their unified energy summon the healing they sought? Or was Mary about to confront a revelation that would change everything? The divine mystery lay just ahead. As the hush fell over the room, a sense of anticipation thickened the air. Mary breathed deeply, centering herself amidst whispered prayers and muffled sobs. She envisioned her aunt brave and vibrant, trapped in divine light, cocooned in loving energy. The candles flickered gently, casting a soft glow that seemed to pulsate with their shared prayers. Dear Lord, we ask for your healing touch, she began, her voice steady, rising above the quiet murmurs. Let your grace flow through us and into her. She paused, letting the words resonate, gathering the collective faith in the room as if it were a tangible offering. The room felt electric, as if unseen currents were swirling around them. She recalled the chakra teachings, the same vibrant energies she had learned to herald. With trembling hands, Mary held her rosary and traced the beads purposefully, blending the familiar prayers with the bright visualizations of energy: red for safety, orange for healing, yellow for joy. Each color, each intention a reminder of unity, a blend of faith reborn. Together, we draw upon the strength of our intentions, she continued, her heart soaring with hope. She guided her family through a meditative visualization, asking them to see the warm light wrapping around her aunt like a protective blanket, a kaleidoscope of color healing and nurturing her being. As they breathed in rhythm, Mary's faith whispered to her, urging her to trust in the unseen. She sensed vibrant energy surging, a delicate balance of love and healing weaving through their circle. All they needed was to align their hearts, to trust in the power of both prayer and energy. Then, it happened to flicker. Then, a wave. A wave of warmth swept through the room. Mary felt a rush of energy climbing up her spine, igniting every chakra in her body. The light flooded her spirit, pulling her toward a deeper understanding. Her family remained still, lost in their prayers, unaware of the shift taking place in the spiritual realm. Open our hearts, she urged softly, diving into the depths of her faith. Show us the path, illuminate our way. Each word hung in the air like a quivering note, seemingly reaching heavenward. Suddenly, she heard Ida's soft but unmistakable voice, as clear as a bell. Mary. It echoed through her, resonating within the core of her being. Her breathing steadied, and she held tightly to her faith. Was it just her imagination, or was the Almighty reaching out to her? Trust, it said again, a whisper like the rustle of leaves. Trust in the bond you create. Faith is stronger than fear, love deeper than worry. With newfound strength, she raised her arms above her head, palms open to the universe. Divine energy, we call on you. Her family's eyes fluttered open, drawn to her fervor. Feel the light, feel the love, let it flow, let it heal. Tears of joy mixed with uncertainty filled the room. Was this moment enough? Would they witness the miracle together? As if responding to her plead, a delicate light flickered over Mary's heart, illuminating her thoughts. You will know your path of fusion, of healing. It beckoned softly. She allowed the anticipation to wash over her what lay beyond this moment. What greater manifestation awaited? Just then, a soft chime echoed in the distance, bringing a small vibration of hope. Mary turned her gaze toward her family, their eyes wide with expectation and fear, the air alive with potential. There was love swirling in that sacred space, charged with energy. Would their united faith unlock the miraculous? Together, dear ones, she implored. Let's open ourselves to the transformative power. Let us believe, fiercely and wholeheartedly, for the divine has more in store. The room filled with a bright, expectant hush, a pregnant pause before the unfolding of the unimaginable. What awaited them beyond this prayer? Could it be that faith would spring forth like a new dawn, ushering in a miracle they could scarcely fathom? A deeper truth was on the horizon. As the room held its breath, a gentle vibration filled the air, almost like the hum of a distant chant. Mary closed her eyes, feeling the energy swirling around her, amplifying the quiet murmurs of her family's faith. She could sense their worry mingling with hope, their collective heartbeat synchronizing into a poignant rhythm. This was the moment-to-moment pregnant with potential, ready to burst forth like blossoms of spring. Focus, she murmured, her words flowing like a gentle river. Imagine every color, every prayer, merging into one flow of divine light. She envisioned a vibrant tapestry of energy weaving itself together, and as she did, the atmosphere thickened. It became a tapestry of emotions, love, fear, hope, all held in a fragile balance, waiting for this moment to ignite them into something greater. The candles flickered in response, as if acknowledging their intentions. Suddenly, a soft breeze seemed to sweep through the room, and it brought with it an unmistakable scent like jasmine and sandalwood drifting through the air. Mary opened her eyes, her heart quickening. Was it a sign of something divine? She glanced at her family, They too seemed to sense this shift. The room transformed into a sanctuary, cocooned in a divine embrace. Now, Mary passionately encouraged, feeling emboldened. Let us send our energies as one. Let us trust that the healer is with us. She guided them in raising their hands, fingers outstretched like branches, yearning for sunlight. The air crackled with anticipation. Each breath felt heavy, yet light, filled with the weight of their prayers. She focused on her aunt, the vision of her Aunt Clara, smiling, vibrant and whole, flooding Mary's thoughts. "Clara, we are with you. Feel the love," she called out, her voice rising like a chorus of angels. "Your spirit is enveloped in this light. We are here to lift you higher." Then, something extraordinary began to happen. A shimmering light broke through the darkness in iridescent glow that filled the room with a warm radiance. It pulsed and danced, responding to the family's combined energy. Mary gasped, awestruck. It was as though the universe had opened a window just for them. "Look," someone exclaimed softly. Their hands, raised toward the divine, began to shimmer in the light a golden hue, illuminating their skin, a divine mark of unity manifesting before them. Mary stepped closer toward the gathering light, struck by the power she felt surging through her veins. The gentle whispers she had heard earlier grew louder, resounding with clarity. "The bond creates the path." The voice echoed, filling the corners of her mind, urging her to share this pivotal moment. "Your faith matters," she shouted, passion igniting her words. "Together we can harness divine energy together. We unleash miracles." Electrified, her family shared knowing looks. Understanding blossomed in their eyes. With renewed fervor, they began chanting softly, the words flowing like honey, sweet and rich, in harmony with the echoes of the universe. Mary sensed the connection deepening, a collective heartbeat pulsing in perfect rhythm. Then, at that exact moment, she felt the transformative lift of spirit. It was a wave, a tidal force of divine love, encompassing her heart and soul. She knew that they were on the cusp of something extraordinary. "Circle your arms around her," she exclaimed, her spirit lifted beyond the confines of the flesh. "Imagine our love as a radiant shield surrounding Aunt Clara." The shimmering grew stronger. The light transformed into vibrant colors, each hue reflecting a heartfelt prayer. As they concentrated on their intentions, the room felt alive. The very walls seemed to vibrate with their devotion. Yet, amidst the joy, an unmistakable uncertainty lingered. What did this miraculous light mean for their aunt? What new possibilities awaited them, just beyond this veil? The answer hung tantalizing in the air, waiting for the moment of divine revelation. Would Clara emerge from darkness, renewed and healed? What breathtaking mystery lay ahead, waiting to unfurl before them? In that sacred space, the light beckoned, and writing their prayers into the very fabric of the universe, they stood ready for an encounter that could reshape everything. The shimmering light intensified, wrapping around them like a divine embrace. Each family member felt an electric pulse running through their bodies, a connection that seemed to transcend mere physical presence. The chanting enveloped the room, creating a melody that resonated deep within their hearts. Mary looked around, seeing tears of hope glistening in her family's eyes. "Breathe," she urged, her voice steady, yet filled with warmth. "Feel that energy flowing through you. It's not just from us, but a gift from the divine." There was a collective exhale as they settled deeper into their ritual. Mary envisioned Aunt Clara amidst the vibrant glow, her spirit dancing in that light, healed and whole. She could see her vibrant laughter filling the air, a sound she longed to hear again. In that moment, the memories of joy blended with the weight of their grief, intertwining into a single thread of hope. Suddenly, the golden light shifted, and Mary felt a pull at her heart. It was as if the light was beckoning her spirit to step forward, guiding her toward deeper revelation. "Stay focused," she reminded everyone, her voice filled with conviction. "Our love is stronger than our fears. Clara, we are sending you our strength." The atmosphere thickened even further, and as the energy swirled around them, Mary saw colors emerging against the backdrop of the radiant glow. A soft neon green mingled with shimmering gold, and vibrant blues intertwined with rich purples. Each color represented a different prayer, a unique wish for healing, for peace, for joy. They were colors of faith, dancing together in divine harmony. "Imagine these colors wrapping around Aunt Clara," Mary whispered, her eyes firmly fixed ahead. "Imagine her spirit drinking in the light, drawing strength from it, until she rises, renewed." Each family member, lost in concentration, began to share their visions aloud. Her brother, with a voice filled with yearning, envisioned Clara surrounded by blooming flowers, their petals shining bright with divine kindness. Her mother imagined open skies, clear and full of possibility, echoing the release of worries that had bound them for so long. With each shared image, the light seemed to pulse even brighter, as if filling the room with the essence of their devotion. Mary felt empowered, realizing that each prayer was a thread in a divine tapestry, weaving together toward a breathtaking outcome. But then came a stillness, a pause that froze time for just a moment. The vibrancy of the light dimmed, and a shroud of silence fell. Mary's heart raced. Was this the moment they had been waiting for? "What's happening?" someone murmured, fear flickering through the group. "Trust," Mary replied softly, her confidence unwavering. "Trust that all is as it should be." The silence thickened, but then, from beyond the stillness, a soft, melodic voice emerged. It floated like a feather on the wind, whispering truths that spoke to the depths of their souls. "Faith ignites, love illuminates, what is unseen will be made known." With that resonant message, the shimmering light surged back to life, illuminating their hearts and filling them with a renewed sense of purpose. Mary closed her eyes once more, embracing the divine message. How must they prepare for what lay beyond this moment of faith? What was to come in the wake of their devotion? As they made their circle tighter, the whispers transformed into a gentle symphony, flowing together in a sacred chorus. Every soul present felt it a calling to let go, to surrender to something greater, something magnificent waiting just around the corner. What awaited them next? The questions hung in the air like a fragrant promise, and with anticipation riding every breath, they stepped closer to the edge of the divine. The light pulsed around them, urging them to believe. But would they be ready for the astonishing revelation that was about to unfold? The moment hung, suspended in a divine embrace. An electric anticipation filled the room, thickening the atmosphere as that gentle symphony of whispers wrapped around each family member like a sacred blanket. Mary felt her heart thumping, the rhythm syncing with the pulsing light. "Listen," she murmured, almost breathless. "Can you feel it? The energy is speaking to us, guiding us." Her words stirred a deeper connection within them. Eyes closed, they each surrendered to the sacred stillness, allowing the melody of faith to wash over them. With each shimmering wave of light, visions unfolded like delicate petals, each one more vibrant than the last. Mary envisioned Clara standing beneath a brilliant tree, its leaves shimmering gold in the sunlight, whispering tales of resilience and love. Her brother pictured a vast ocean, waves lapping gently on a shore of crystals, reflecting the essence of healing. Their mother dreamed of vast meadows, fresh wildflowers blooming in a riot of colors, heralding renewal and rebirth. With each vision shared, a flurry of luminescence filled the room, igniting something deeper within their souls. The room seemed to expand, drawing in every prayer, every longing, every heartfelt wish, into one singular glimmering point of brilliance. "Keep breathing into that vision," Mary urged, her voice barely above a whisper, yet carrying the weight of 1,000 prayers. "See it coming to life. Feel Clara there with us, vibrant and whole." Suddenly, a gust of wind stirred the air, carrying faint whispers that danced among the congregation. They leaned into the sound, straining to catch the words. "Your love is the lifeblood. Your faith is the key." For a moment, doubt seeped into their hearts. "What do we need to do?" Mary's brother asked, his brow knit with concern. Just believe, she replied softly, her conviction unwavering. Let go of the fear and embrace the love. It's all part of the journey. Clara is with us. She always has been. The light flickered, and for a brief instant, Mary thought she saw the outline of Aunt Clara's spirit dancing at the edge of their circle, a figure of joy and hope. Her heart swelled as she felt an overwhelming sense of connection, past, present, and future, wrapped in a tapestry of divine energy. Let go, Mary said one more time. What appears lost can be found. What seems broken can be mended. As her words hung in the air, the colors began to spin like whirlwinds, pulling the family closer to that divine center. Each breath they took resonated with newfound purpose, each prayer a beacon of light drawing Clara closer from the realms beyond. The silence deepened once more, wrapping them in a warm cocoon of expectation. In that stillness, a call rose from somewhere deep within the gathered souls. It was time to open themselves to the vastness of possibility. But what was waiting just beyond their current understanding? In the flickering light, shadows danced, and a profound inner knowing began to settle. Something extraordinary was on the cusp of revelation. As they leaned deeper into that sacred energy, their hearts thrummed with longing and faith. What lies beyond? Mary whispered, her eyes glistening. Each heart in the circle resonated with the question, filling the air with an electric sense of hope. As they stood at the threshold of the miraculous, they could almost sense the unfolding of a divine plan just beyond their grasp. What awaited them on this path of faith and love? With hopeful anticipation, they found themselves ready. Trembling on the edge of discovery, eager to embrace the divine secrets destined to unfold. The room pulsed with a charged silence, as if the air itself was trembling with unseen forces. Mary felt the warmth of her family's presence around her, a circle of love knit together by shared hopes and unspoken prayers. Each heartbeat echoed the yearning for that sacred connection, a longing that weaved through their souls, each thread glistening with faith. Can you feel it? Mary asked, her voice a soft beacon. The energy is alive. It's bringing us closer, showing us the way. Her words hung in the air, wrapping around them like gentle tendrils of light. As they breathed in unison, the colors continued to spin and dance in the dim light, igniting a collective vision that transcended their individual desires. They could taste the sweetness of the divine on the tip of their tongues, the promise of something miraculous just waiting to be allowed into existence. Suddenly, they were enveloped in a swirling mist of gold and azure, visions cascading like a majestic waterfall before them. Clara's laughter rang like silver chimes, echoing throughout the room, filling every corner with a sense of joyous promise. Mary's brother, still hesitant, felt the softness of hope brushing against his heart. Clara, he breathed, is that really you? In that moment, the shimmering light intensified, and he could almost see her faint outlines shifting and shimmering in and out of focus. It felt as if she was reminding them of the joy they had shared, the memories that had forged an unbreakable bond. She's real, their mother whispered, tears glistening in her eyes. We just need to reach for her. With each breath, the air thickened with a deeper understanding. What was once lost was emerging from the shadows, transforming grief into a tapestry of love and connection. Each family member reached out, hands clasped together, feeling the warmth radiating between them like a divine bridge, uniting their spirits across the mortal veil. Let her love guide you, Mary encouraged, her heart swelling with conviction. Each tear, each laughter, shared. It's all part of what brings us here tonight. Suddenly, a choir of voices joined their individual murmurs, forming a harmonious blend that transcended language. Love is eternal. They sang softly. Faith is our foundation. Guidance is bestowed upon the brave. The air vibrated with their words, lifting the family higher, expanding their awareness. Mary felt the weight of the divine presence, something larger than them, something pure and transformative. What if we truly embraced this connection? Mary pondered out loud. What would happen if we let go of doubt and fully believed? With a surge of courage, they all closed their eyes again, and envisioned Clara not just as a memory, but as part of their living reality. They dialed into that inner core of faith, filled with light and love. In that powerful stillness, the family sensed a tugging and invitation beyond their current existence. The room shifted slightly, the energy becoming denser, beckoning them to the mysteries lying just beyond their reach. What is that feeling? Mary's brother asked, his voice tinged with excitement and fear. It's like we're on the brink of something vast, like a door is about to open. With hearts beating in rhythm and minds uniting in anticipation, they realized they were being called to act. In that moment, they whispered a collective intent to unlock the next chapter of their journey together, guided by love and renewed faith. But as the radiant energy enveloped them, a question lingered in the air, heavy with potential. What was to become of them as the boundaries of their reality blurred and shimmered with divine light? What awaited them on the other side of this miraculous threshold? As the golden light wrapped around them, a profound stillness settled in the room, a space suspended between two worlds. It was as if time itself slowed, allowing each breath to resonate with intention. Mary looked around at her family, faces lit with hope, hearts wide open. What if, she began, her voice a mere whisper, what if we step forward together? What if we are meant to carry Clara's light into the world? Each of their souls flickered like candles, uniting into one flame. The warmth grew, illuminating the shadows of their fears, silencing the doubts that clung stubbornly to their hearts. Clara's laughter echoed anew, a beautiful reminder of joy interwoven with love. Suddenly, Clara's presence flooded their senses. It was more than a memory. It was a wave of vibrant energy flowing through the room, whispering secrets of peace and comfort. Mary's brother felt it wash over him, the fear fading like mist under the morning sun. I can feel her, he said, eyes sparkling with realization. She's here, with us. Let us honor her. Their mother exclaimed, the tears now flowing freely, but with a new lightness. Let's celebrate the love that remains. Together, they began to sing, voices rising and intertwining like shimmering vines. Clara, our love binds us all. We carry you within. Soaring above their sorrows, they poured their hearts into every note, every word. It was as if the very fabric of the universe was stitching their beings together, healing the fractures left by loss. As they sang, the swirling light around them intensified, sparking something deeper, something infinite. It pulsed in time with their hearts, urging them to open wider. The colors morphed and danced, each hue painting the air with sweet promises of reconciliation and renewal. Let's open our hands, Mary suggested bravely, and let love flow through us. They all hesitated for a heartbeat, unsure, but the pull of that divine energy urged them onward. Slowly, they opened their palms, feeling an electric current tingling at their fingertips. In that moment, a rush of understanding washed over them. They were not merely seeking Clara, they were preparing to embody that essence of love, to radiate it into a world that often felt dark and heavy. What if we share this with others? Mary mused. What if our journey becomes a beacon for those still lost? The room turned electric with excitement as possibilities unfolded before them, cascading like the waves of the ocean. Each family member began to share their visions, gathering friends, reaching out to the community, illuminating spaces that felt heavy or broken. But then, a thought quieted their excitement. How do we begin? Asked Mary's brother, his voice barely above a whisper, tinged with hope and uncertainty. As he spoke, the room shimmered even brighter. An answer began to form, but it was elusive, like an echo from far away. The energy shifted, suggesting that clarity was close, but still hidden. What awaits us beyond this moment? Mary's heart raced, the sacred question lingering in the air, filled with the weight of possibility. Will the divine guide us to where we need to be? The room held its breath, the vibrant energy buzzing with anticipation. As they stood on the precipice, ready to step into the unknown, The pull of their connection deepened, promising transformation beyond their wildest dreams. Yet, as light spilled into the shadows, another question whispered at the edge of their souls. What if they were meant to discover that their greatest challenge was yet to come? The light pulsed with an intensity that felt both daunting and exhilarating. As the words hung in the air, an awareness settled on the family. Something profound was stirring within them, urging them to find the means to share Clara's love. Mary's eyes opened wide, filled with curiosity and resolve. What if we truly leap into the unknown? She declared. What if we take our first step right now, in this very moment? Her brother shifted uneasily, still holding on to the uncertainty that formed like a lace of doubt around his heart. But what if we fail? He whispered, the hint of fear in his voice swirling around them like a forgotten breeze. Or what if we shine? Their mother interjected, her tears shimmering like gems under the golden light. What if we are stronger together, and this love becomes a beacon, one that shatters fear and unites others? A wave of hope washed over them, filling the empty spaces within. In that sacred moment, Mary suggested, let's each share what Clara's light means to us. Let's dive into the depths of our spirit and seek the roots of this profound connection. One by one, they spoke, wrapping their words in the warmth of memories. Clara's laughter, her joy, the way she brought people together. Even in her absence, Clara's essence glowed brightly, guiding them to the truth that they were not alone. I remember how she lit up a room, Mary's brother said, his voice steadying as he shared. Her smile was a promise, a reminder that there's always light after darkness. Each shared thought became a thread woven into the fabric of their love, binding them tightly in a circle of remembrance and grace. As they recounted their cherished memories, the air thickened with an enchanting energy. The light responded, broadening and brightening with every heartbeat. It was palpable, awakening slumbering spirits and urging them to rise. Feel it, Mary's mother breathed. It's as though Clara wants us to amplify this love, to take it beyond these walls. The family exchanged glances, realizing that their gathering was a sacred convergence, a call to action. How do we take this out into the world? Mary pondered. We need a plan, a way to channel all this energy into something tangible. Maybe we can start small, her brother suggested, a flicker of excitement igniting in his chest. Invite friends for a gathering to share stories, sing together. We can create a community that echoes Clara's joy. Yes, Mary cried, her heart swelling. And from there, we can reach out further. Organize events, create kindness projects, or simply spread love wherever we go. With that newfound fire ignited, the room thrummed with hope and excitement, like a symphony just beginning. They could envision Clara's light illuminating the path ahead, unfolding their dream of love into a shared reality. Yet, as this overwhelming desire took hold, a question lingered quietly in the shadows. What if we encounter resistance? Mary asked, her brows gently furrowed. Will we lose heart when challenges arise? As if responding to her uncertainty, the room shifted again. The golden light shimmered with a knowing warmth, casting a divine assurance over their gathering. The answer was not rooted in guarantees but in the necessity of faith itself, the kind that propels one forward in the face of fear. With every challenge, their mother encouraged, we will embody Clara's light. We will push through, hand in hand, even in the darkest of times. And so they stood, united, preparing to step into the world where love awaited them. But a subtle thrill coursed through the air, echoing yet another question. What obstacles would test their resolve, and could their bond truly withstand the trials ahead? As the energy continued to pulse within the room, a wave of hope washed over Mary and her family. They stood on the brink of something extraordinary, the golden light swirling around them, weaving a tapestry of love and unity. Each heartbeat felt like a drumbeat of purpose, resonating with a divine call to action. Let's illuminate the world with Clara's spirit, Mary declared, her voice echoing with conviction. They linked hands tighter, feeling the warmth radiate through their connection. The fruits of their shared memories blossomed, intertwined with intentions of healing and service. In that pivotal moment, Aunt Clara's essence filled the space, a gentle presence urging them forward. Tears flowed freely, yet felt light on their cheeks, a cleansing release of past sorrow being transformed into encouragement. They could almost hear her soft laughter echoing, inviting them to step boldly into the light. "Let's host a gathering," Mary suggested, her heart racing with excitement. "We'll invite our friends and family and share stories of love of hope. We can celebrate her life and encourage others to embrace that love." As her words hung in the air, the room ignited with energy. Their mother's eyes sparkled with vision as she chimed in, "We can create a night of joy, storytelling, perhaps even some music, something that captures Clara's spirit. Let's turn our sorrow into a seed of love that multiplies." Each family member offered their suggestions, laughter spilling over into ideas as they plotted their first step into the world of healing. "We'll write to every friend of Clara's," Mary's brother said excitedly. "Invite them to share what she meant to them and how they can be part of our journey." The air hummed with anticipation, the golden light responding to their excitement. It was as if the divine presence flexed, honoring their plans. Yet, amid the joy, the familiar shadow of uncertainty flitted on the edge of Mary's thoughts. "What if we hit bumps along the way?" she murmured, glancing at the flickering candlelight. "How will we handle those moments of doubt?" In response, the light bent and swelled, almost shimmering with reassurance. "Trust the love," a whisper echoed through her heart, reminding her that this journey was a collaboration with the divine. "And what if some don't understand?" her brother added cautiously, looking at the glimmering lights surrounding them. "Will they embrace our new path, or will they push back?" The thought hung momentarily, but Mary's spirit ignited fiercely. "We embrace it even if they don't. Clara loved without conditions. Let's do the same. Love needs no approval." As they shared their resolve, the air wrapped around them like an embrace. They stood there, radiant with determination, willing to face the challenges their journey might bring. It became clear they were not merely sharing Clara's love. They were becoming her legacy of light. "Let's write how she impacted us," Mary encouraged, inspiration bubbling forth. "Each message a testimony of love will send ripples of healing into the world." And so they set about crafting their messages, each word infused with emotion. With every stroke of the pen, they saw Clara's laughter, her spirit alive in their hearts, her legacy spreading like a warm embrace into the evening air. The room was alive with passion, each declaration echoing against walls that had witnessed their prayers. As they prepared to embark on their new adventure, a low hum began to vibrate in the air. The golden light intensified, enveloping them in glimmers of hope, confirmation from the universe that they were indeed on the right path. "Together, we can conquer anything," Mary whispered in awe. And in that sacred moment, unity burst forth. A powerful promise cradled in the spirit of Clarion, assurance of transformation, not just for themselves but for all who crossed their path. But just as excitement bubbled, a final question lingered. Would their love and faith truly guide them through the trials they would undoubtedly face? Would they hold strong through every storm? With hearts intertwined, they welcomed the uncertainty, ready to step into the wild unknown, embracing the beginning of their journey, a choice to let love lead the way. As they prepared to bring Clara's spirit into the world, a whispered prayer settled over them, light settling softly on their shoulders, reminding them that they dared to tread the untrodden path ahead. You need to subscribe immediately to the channel to not miss the next exclusive faith stories that unveil the miraculous. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm. It's your support that makes a difference. Comment your reactions and testimonies about this ending. Share how love has transformed you. And don't wait even one more second to share instantly this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this manifestation of light and hope. Only true servants of God understand the importance of supporting this channel through these heartfelt actions.